All right, everybody. How you all doing? Hope you're all well. Okay, so nobody here yet, so let's see how this goes. I really enjoyed the live earlier. That was good. It was good fun to go into a lot of different topics again. That's what I like to do. An open discussion. Like nothing's, kind of like nothing's taboo really, as long as we're respectful, like. Yeah, anyway, everybody okay? Hope you're all having a good day so far. Yeah, just wait, see what we get in here. How are you doing? 2 people in the house, welcome in. How's your day going so far? Yeah, been a bit miserable today. Hello Fortune, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. So I've just had my dad around, so yeah, I had a bit of a catch up with my dad really. Yeah, you can round to see me. So hi Austin, good to see you again. How you hit that like button, everybody? Yeah. But yeah, it's been getting pretty busy with these lives lately, so I've been enjoying doing it and been staying consistent, because they talk about consistency and how consistency is key, and I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. That's good to hear. Consistency is key. If you just stay consistent with something, then you can expect to get some results in it. So yeah, thank you for the likes. Yeah, how are we doing today, everybody? Is everybody all right? Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm not really sure what we're gonna talk about yet. But yeah, good. I hope you're doing well too. Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. What was your name again? Yeah, yeah. So see how this goes. Not much going on up to now, but sometimes it takes a few minutes. Yeah. What are your plans for the rest of the week, everybody? Oh, Netherlands. Oh yeah, from the Netherlands. Yeah, so I said, what's your name? I said, yeah, what's your name? We're doing all right, everybody? Yeah, a bit quiet in here up to now. So yeah, it was pretty busy earlier. At one point, it was, I think, 20 odd people. So anyway, 5 in now apparently. So welcome in, whoever's just joining. Yeah, it was getting a bit heated in the chat with like the religion talk and stuff. So hello, Cotwell. Sorry, what does that mean? Hello, Ava B. How you doing? Hope you're well today. Welcome in here. You okay, everybody? Hope your day is going well, people. Yeah, so looking into things like pyramids and all sorts of stuff lately, and yeah. Hello, Keswell, bro. Yeah, good to see you again. Yeah, I'm in the UK. Yeah. What's that, Zen Viti? What are you saying? Cotswold says a vada pav is a popular Indian street food. Essentially, spicy. I think you might have talked about that before, actually. I think you've mentioned that before, actually. All right, cool. Well, thank you for sharing that with everybody. Anyway, there's nine people in here. How you doing, everybody? If anybody's new, make sure you subscribe. You look like a nice guy. I live in Scotland, UK. I'm 11. I am 30 years old from England. Okay, what is going on? We're already getting some like so India be colonizing every space they can. What is going on already? It's just yeah. Okay, hit that like button, everybody. We've got 1 like. We've got 9 people watching, so if you don't mind, just take a second to hit that like button. It doesn't cost you anything. Hello, Cave Woman Fitness. What's that? You're a fitness person? Let's have a look at your channel, see if you're actually a legit person. Hello, Quagmire. Giggity, giggity! Cave Woman Fitness. That's your handle. Let's have a look. So, are we alright, everybody, then? Is it this one? Cave Woman Fitness. Yeah, that's got 1 subscriber. Alright. How are you? I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing? I go to England for my competitions for dancing at Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you for liking the live, everybody. Let's get this shared out if you can. Yeah, so, Lennis is always is the okay. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Hello, Oof. How's it going? Welcome in here. How are you doing today? Yeah, what's your name? Yeah. Hello, TMB Zombie. Yolu Sassol from the deep went to jail. What's Sassol? It looks like arsehole, but with an S. Sassol. Arsehole. As without a H. It's like it's got an S and no H. Like arsehole. Like Sassol. Hello, user Godgal. How's it going? Hope you're well today. Welcome in here, everybody. Hello, Kim Jong-oh. How you doing? Tell everyone to eat Vada Pav intro. I think that there's a great Indian dish called Vada Pav. It tastes great. It's like as good as McDonald's. Hello, Chica. How's it going? Hope you're well. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. That would be really appreciated. Thank you for the likes, everybody. So yeah, so I don't know how long I'm staying on for, but yeah. Hi, Kim Jong. Putin. I can't do it in Putin accent, unfortunately. I don't know how to really do a Putin accent. It's done good in Trump voice. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, Ellie. How are you today? Hello, Dodgy. Why are you ghosting me on? Okay, here we go again. Oh goodness. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's have a quick drink, you know. It's important that it's imperative that we stay hydrated, as getting dehydrated could be fatal. That's my impression of Bear Grylls. Favorite movie? Good question. Favorite song? Good question. I mean, it's hard to really pick, but I quite liked Avatar, just all the animations and stuff I thought was cool. Hello, Flora. How are you doing? Hope you're well today. What are you all up to, everybody? Yeah, what's everybody's up to today, eh? What are your plans for the rest of the day, everybody? Anything interesting? Thank you for the like, Flora. Nice one. Yeah. User says, do you believe in afterlife? Not really. I mean, I think there could be something after death. Who knows? I haven't been there yet, so. But I don't believe in a religious one. You're sleeping. Well, you're not sleeping now because you're awake. I plan to lay in bed after work. All right. Well, yeah. Enjoy that then. All right. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Everyone okay? Thank you for the 5 likes. Do you miss 2016? Why? What about 2016? Do you take Egyptian mummies seriously? What do you mean? Do I take Egyptian mummies seriously? Anyway, you okay, everybody? Thank you for the 6 likes. Cool. Yeah. Ellie says, yeah, like dinner then bed. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So what have you been up to today, Ellie? Hi, Natsu. Oh, thank you for that, Flora. Oh, nice one. Hello, Nayang Kakon. How you doing? Oh, thank you for your support. That's really appreciated. Um, yeah, nice one. Yeah, thank you very much for your support. So anyway, so what's that in pounds and something that's like? Let's have a look. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway, but it's just yeah, it's a small gift, but it's every little. Yeah, it's about 58p. But thank you anyway. That's every little helps, as they say. So thank you very much for your support. I had somebody send a super chat earlier, so yeah, it all adds up. So yeah, what's your favorite car brand? I'm a Bugatti guy. I like drive around in 30 Bugattis, all different colors and. Hello, Bluetooth. Real bro. So yo, bro. Would you rather? Oh, here we go again. Okay, getting the trolls again, aren't we? What a surprise! Not. 16 in here now. Welcome in, everybody. How's it going? Say hello if you're there. Natsu, how you doing? Cotwell says, would you like if Rishi Sunak became Prime Minister again? Not really. Wasn't it Rishi Sunak that actually got this whole online safety bill in the first place or something? Them, like the Tory government. So it doesn't, I don't even think it really matters, to be honest, who gets in at this point, you know? I think they're all pretty much the same, but I know some of you guys might disagree with that, but like cars, like I used to like cars really a lot when I was a kid. Hi, Boiling Frog, how you doing? I hope you're well today. There's actually an analogy called Boiling Frogs analogy. So when basically, it's like basically when you boil frogs, they're alive, and it's like they don't realize they're boiling until it's too late. Yeah, how you doing, Fozia? Hello, Uni. How you doing? I hope you're well today. Hello, Carol. Good to see you. How are you doing? User Good Girl says, do you live in England? Yes, I do. I'm in York. Yeah, York, England. Where's everybody from? Yeah, nice to have you all here today. So basically what they're saying is with society is that they can basically condition people to accept worse and worse, you know, kind of laws and different things until it's too late, basically, and we're fucked. That's what some people kind of use the analogy of, called it the boiling frogs analogy. So it kind of reminds me of that with your name. New York, no, not New York, just York. New York is in America. There is no New York in England. Fozia says, how are you? I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you today? Thank you for the likes, everybody. Share this out if you can. That's a new place. I think there's much oil in this new. There's lots of oil. We could go and grab lots of oil. It's Greenland would have lots of resources, so we could go Greenland and steal lots of resources. That would be so tremendous. Elliot, no, why? I mean, actually, the bottom Freemasons, I guess, are all right. I think it's when you get to a certain level in Freemasonry, I've heard that's when it gets quite corrupt and, like, you know, when it becomes more secretive and more dodgy. But I've heard that low-level Masons are actually, like, okay, like up to the 3rd degree. I can't really talk like a Russian that well. If I try to speak in Russian, that's how it sounds. It's kind of very stereotypical and not very accurate. Hello, Alessio, how you doing? No, I mean, like, as in, I like looking into this stuff, but like, hello, Caitlin, how you doing? My in-laws are funless Mormons. I live with them. It's interesting. What do you mean, fundless Mormons? Hi, Tanvir, how you doing? You're handsome. Okay, thank you for all the compliments and stuff. Thank you for boosting my ego every day. Yeah, so, you're a queen of ghosts. What do you mean a queen of ghosts? Yeah, the bottom ones are civil servants. The higher up you go, the more sinister it gets. So not good because they all want to climb the nefarious ladder. That's the problem, isn't it? Because it's like a hierarchy, isn't it? Like, it's like people might see like the Illuminati as like the kind of like the Freemasons and stuff, and these kind of upper echelons of society where the secret societies going on. So that's how I see like the Illuminati is what I interpret that as. Like you've got these upper levels of Freemasonry and other occult societies that are kind of like, yeah. Anyway, what's that? FLDS means they are Mormons that believe in polygamy. All right, okay. Okay, what do you think about that then? Hi, Rational Heretic. How you doing? Hope you're all well today. Hello, Jasmine. How you doing? Natsu, how's it going? Bro, answer me. Or some narcissist terrorists, like domestic terrorists? I mean, I guess. I don't know what you like. I mean, like, I guess it all comes under like similar category. I don't know. I don't know what you mean exactly, but I think so. Hello, the Lao. I mean, anyway, to be honest, I think they hide behind these labels. I don't know. I don't know. It's yeah. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I know there is a lot of Muslims in England. So I was talking about Sharia law, I think last night, and the concerns about that and whether that could, overrule our laws and stuff like that, and they could, sort of make their laws into kind of like into the actual law. You know what I mean? They believe they are more heavenly and holy if they have multiple wives. That doesn't make any sense to me, really. I don't understand that, really. Hello, football. You got good frame, you play sports. Not really. I'm a fitness person, though. How to identify a criminal if wearing burqa? Well, that's a tricky one, isn't it, really? It's hard to really see just from, like, someone's eyes, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah. Well, people were saying this about, like when people were wearing masks in the shops and stuff, they were saying how it could make it easier for people to shoplift because they'd just kind of blend in, wouldn't they, a bit with the other people? Like they could just go and shoplift. That's what they were saying was a concern back in those days. I mean, that whole masking thing never made any sense to me, really. It's just, anyway, it's very true. I've experienced all of this firsthand. I've seen it all firsthand. What's that? What's true? What's this? Sharia law is not even applied in a lot of Muslim countries. Don't think UK would be going in that direction anytime soon. Well, we'll see, won't we? Because what if it starts to get predominantly Muslim? Because basically what could happen is that, could they, predominantly sort of, you know what I mean? If they are the predominant people, then that could tip it into their favor in terms of laws, you could argue. That's what I'm suggesting that could potentially happen. Not saying it would, but Islamic country, so but not all of them is like that. Okay, what's that you're saying? Elon Musk has Asperger's. I do too. Freemasons love people with Asperger's because of their ability to remember rituals and symbology. Right. I was talking with someone earlier about someone else was saying that he's not really a true Asperger's person. He was saying that he has the worst traits of both autistic people and neurotypical people. What would you say about that? Because there was someone I had in the chat earlier was saying that he doesn't think that he's a good example of a neurodivergent person because he has some of the worst traits of both. Yeah. Anyway, hi, my goldfish drowner. Good. How are we doing today, everybody? I hope you're all well. Not all of them like that, okay? What we're saying, well, if I turn Muslim for a day and marry everyone and then turn Christian and leave them all oh, God. Hi, Jimmy. It was all right, thank you. Yeah, just had my dad round to see me and, I identify with that, but that's his public persona when it comes to rockets and flying things. He's probably definitely a pro mind. Well, yeah. I think that a lot of the best minds you could argue are on the autism spectrum or Asperger's or whatever. Hi, Sonny. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Hello, terrific celestial. Yeah, I've just come back on, so I'm back. Yeah. Jamie's back again. Yeah. I mean, as long as they're I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with Jewish people as a whole. It's just, I feel like some of them hide behind these labels of being Jewish, and then, I don't know, they try, I mean, I don't want to get into this whole thing again, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, you suffer from anxiety? Oh, yeah. I mean, I will say this, that they do seem to be disproportionately represented in a lot of fields. I wouldn't say I'm totally an atheist. So what's that? Anyway, I don't know. Like it's just, but it's just I don't know. Like you could say that the fact that they're overrepresented isn't some conspiracy necessarily, but yeah. But I will say though that, for example, if certain medias have a lot of Jewish influence, could that potentially influence the narrative that they try and push to try and call people anti-Semitic, for example, or something, if they don't side with Israel, for example, like that, It's just, I don't know what you think. Hello, Annie, how you doing? Hope you're well today. Hello, Mike. Yeah, I mean, it's the Zionism. It's like, if you're against Zionism, then what they'll try and do is some people will try and label you as anti-Semitic, which I don't agree with. I think that you can be against Zionism but not be an anti-Semite. In fact, I think even some Jews don't agree with Zionism as well. So, are they anti-Semitic as well? Logan says, love a bit of Zionism. Okay. Brandon, I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Opinion on Christians. I think a lot of them can be very zealous, but there is some good ones out there as long as they don't try and push their religion on everybody. I would say live and let live. You don't need to be pushing your views on everybody. What do you guys think about Hindus? I don't know anything about Hindus, but I doubt they're probably as pushy as Christians, though. Like, put Christians, I think Islam as well. Like a lot of those, like Abrahamic religions, they can get very pushy with their religions. Like to me, that all that's going to do is put people off more so, right? What does that mean, Elliot? Zoroastrian. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Origin makes excuses for inexcusable behavior. All religions. That's a bit of a claim. All religions. You mean all the major religions you're talking about? Because there might be some religions that are, not the same as that. But yeah, but I get what you mean. There's a lot of people that will be like, oh well, it's high cream. Oh really? Good for him then. This man skipped my. What were you saying? I don't hate Jews. What was you saying? I'm not Jewish. What are you on about, guys? You're just trying to mess around, I think. Hindu isn't a religion. It's just belief of spirituality. Yeah, it's like Buddhism in a way, isn't it? I think. Are they a bit similar? I don't know. I know Buddhism. Like some people argue whether Buddhism is a religion or a philosophy. Some people say it's both, depending on what side of it you believe. Like some people just take the lessons, the philosophies from it, and they don't really kind of do the whole worshipping kind of stuff. What about Satanism? Have you heard of the Satanic Bible? I remember I saw bits of it where it talks about, what was it? Only loving those who, deserve it kind of thing. There's a sort of things that it talks about where it kind of goes against what it says in the Bible pretty much, from what I understand. I don't know about Taoism. Again, is that similar to Buddhism or something like that? Or Sonny says, what about Halloween? Halloween, very scary times. And hi Natsu, how you doing? Hope all is well. I don't have a religion. I'm not a religious person. Don't get deeper into religious lore. Right, well, what do you mean? Are you telling me that, or what do you mean? Can you just go away, Ninja Bane? You just keep coming in with the same bullshit. What you say? This guy ain't boring. Yeah. I'm not preaching anything. I'm just like, I would ask people questions of like why they believe what they believe. I mean, why are we trying to like, I don't know. Why are we just, I don't know. We don't need to like, I have most of the devil cult magic books and I've read parts of many religious and philosophical belief systems. So what's the conclusion that you've drawn from that then? Beans on toast I used to, Franklin. Hello, Smith. How you doing? Hi, Sonny. Why should we believe something? I don't say that you should believe something. Did I say that you should believe something? Hi, Lucas. How you doing? This man and his two brain cells fighting right now. Well, whatever. Hi, always. How you doing? Hope you're well. Tanvir says, don't you think it's interesting how most older religions were polytheistic? Now it's mostly monotheistic. Why do you think that is? I don't know. Maybe it was just a narrative that they were trying to push or something. I don't know exactly. So what do you think polytheistic religions, how does that work? So that means there's multiple gods and we were created by one of those gods and then other universes or whatever. Okay, see you later. Well, why don't you just go away? Like, you just keep asking the same bullshit. Like, I don't know why you're so obsessed with that, you know? Hello, King Braveheart God dynamic. It's why the mono religions have stronger gods. Okay. Well, you're saying that there's one God, then that's, you know, like a singular God that rules over everything, that seems to have more power than having multiple gods. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Oh, you watched it yesterday? Oh, really? The gods are alien entities. Yeah, I've heard about like master race theory and all that. Hi, Drona. How you doing? Days never finished. Master got me working. Someday, Master set me free. What are you on about? Hello, King of the Snakes. For sure, the multiple ones are way too human. But what is God though? Because a lot of people will try and give it like human-like qualities, like that God needs your worship. It's like it seems to be like giving it like some narcissistic human type traits, and from what I've heard, a lot of it, like that it needs constant worship and praise, like some narcissist, you know. Agartha, what about that? Half Quest, how's it going? What was before the Big Bang? Good question. Some reckon that it was a big crunch and that the universe kind of goes in cycles of, but then some might say there has to be a beginning, but it's an absolute mindfuck. Like when you're thinking about all this stuff, like surely there has to be a beginning at some point. Could there, you know, this concept of forever, like eternity, like. But then you start to think about what is time and all that, and is time an illusion? You start to really kind of, yeah, it's a real kind of mindfuck. Anyway, yeah, the human traits helps us to relate to them, but ultimately, any real God would have a nature we just couldn't get our heads around to relate to. Well, yeah, it would definitely not be anything like us. Some suggest that God is not a personal God or something. Like an impersonal God would be like someone that doesn't intervene, doesn't, you know, have the ability to answer prayers or anything like that. But maybe just some kind of life force energy out there in the universe, whatever it is. I don't know. But it says 93 is their greeting. The sun worshippers, the bright morning star. Ironically, Jesus says he is this. You have to master the light before one can master darkness. Yeah, I've heard all these theories about like saying that, like to do it. Because think about like what someone was saying about like how when about the winter solstice and all that, and when it's almost when Christmas happens, right? So is that just a coincidence? Perhaps, I don't know. But yeah, what happened I don't know what happened to you. He shall return on a cloud. Really, that's, I don't know. Like people perceive God as this kind of like bearded man in the sky, but I mean, like they're giving him human like characteristics or something, and the whole thing of like being put to hell or something like that. I mean, what are your thoughts on all that? Because if God created free will, why create people to then just send them to hell? I don't know. Isn't that some kind of sick, sadistic thing to like? But we'll give you free will, but if you do wrong, then you're going to hell. So why even bother? giving them the ability to do that in the first place, then, you know? Even biblical angels look absolutely demonic. Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, let's have a look at what an angel looks like again. It's just, yeah, I don't know. What does an angel look like again? An actual biblical angel. And he says, I'd like to think there is punishment after death, but I don't think there is. I mean, but I think the whole thing of punishment is, the thing is, right, oftentimes people do things. What I've come to realize is that there's different factors in why people act the way they do. Like, for example, some people are psychopaths. Some people have, you know, issues in their head that make them act the way that they do. And that isn't all their fault. You might say they've done something bad, but why should we punish somebody for something that is, now you know, I mean, yeah, you could say, well, there should be, you know, there should be some deterrent for certain things, and you could argue about that. But we shouldn't be like condemning somebody to hell because they fucked up in this life, and sometimes things happen that are out of their control. And hello, Max, how you doing? I'm not using it to justify their actions. I'm just saying that, yeah, I believe there is hell and paradise after we die. I don't believe in Christianity though. But why would someone deserve to go to hell if, you know what I mean? I don't understand it all. If you burn for eternity, hell is that punishment. You can't move on. Exactly. That is just, that would just be like a, you know, torture. Just, that would just be sadistic, that. But in some religions, they believe that you just perish, and that's that's your punishment. But you can't learn from that, can you? You just get perished, and then like, I think you should be given a chance to redeem yourself, no matter how many times it's like, you know, have you come back and learn your lesson, and until you eventually do, or something. I don't know. Those people who didn't decide to be evil can go to the less severe, heck, mildly inconvenience for a few weeks. Okay. Okay, what's going on? Mr. Works. I used to, but I don't really read books. I mean, maybe I should read more books. Why? Why are you asking? Hope everyone's well today anyway. Share the live out if you can. Yeah, what's a book that you recommend reading then? Yeah, give me one that you recommend to read. Yeah. You should read The Secret Doctrine by Helena, what's that, Blavatsky. What's that about? Hello, Looney Shrooms. How you doing? Looney Tunes. Yeah, welcome in here. How's your day going? Or how's your day been, rather? Everybody okay? Right, I need to get rid of one of these, yeah, live events. Hello, Ghost. I don't have a ceiling fan. I don't think most people have ceiling fans in this country, do they? It seems to be more of an American thing, doesn't it? Elliot says Eleanor is interested in her works, started the Theology Society and started the revival of the New Age spiritual system state. Oh, really? Is that a more mystic kind of stuff? Like, I mean, all right. How you doing? Hi, Pancake Battles. Are you sleep deprived? Well, maybe get some sleep then. I don't know. I don't know. Just, yeah. Anyways, everybody okay today? Masonic. Yeah, mystical spawn. There's a few different ones. Like you got, like we're talking, you know, Hermeticism. We've got, that's like, what else have you got? Rosicrucians, Sufism. What's the other one? Like paganism. Actually, no, paganism. No, Hermeticism is like the mystic version or something. I don't know. Anyway, hi Callum Kane. Hi Ava B. Isn't there another one called, what was the other one? The Jewish one. Isn't there a Jewish mysticism or something, whatever it's called? What's it called? I'm trying to remember what it's called. But it's like there's mysticism, mystic religions in all of them, I think, pretty much. Or Kabbalah, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's called Kabbalah. So that will be like the Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah. Yeah. How you doing today? Hello, Ava B. You okay? Hello, Callum. Hope you're having a good day, everybody. Elliot says that's all I really know as well, Kabbalah. Yeah. So they don't really, is it something like where they don't really believe in the God of the Bible and stuff like that, and these, like Abrahamic faiths, they have a different interpretation of it all. Some people believe that God fragmented himself into 8 billion pieces, and that's, who we are is parts of God. What do you think about that? Is that a plausible theory on that? I mean, that doesn't really make any sense to me, but there are some people out there that actually believe in that. Ravenclaw, hi. Do you want to occupy Greenland? I want to occupy Greenland. It's going to be so tremendous. Yeah, so I was asking my dad what he thinks about the whole Greenland Trump thing, and he said he just heard it, and he said he's fucked or something. That he seems to be like there's something wrong with him. I don't know. Like his power has gone to his head or something. What do you think? Because I know a lot of people there's still a lot of people who love Trump and all that, and I don't know. But it's like he can't get in after this term, can he? Or something. I don't know. Can he get in? Let's have a look. $2028. Someone was saying Trump 2028, but I'm like, I mean, it's like, I don't know. Apparently about a loophole to the 2-term limit or something, saying, I don't know, how's that going to be then? Because apparently there's a 2-term limit or something. Oh, what's that? Why are you always talking? Why do you care? It's low to them, the alphabet came from Moses on its basic form. It's binary and encodes the mind and opens portals. Oh, really? Oh, well. Well, that sounds like, I don't know. That doesn't sounds like some magical shit to me, but so I try to keep an open mind with things, but I don't know. Talking about opening portals and stuff, makes me think of like Stargate or something, if anyone's ever seen that. Like my uncle used to be into that, I think. Hello, Shimmer. How you doing? No, I'm a woman. They think it does. It's all psychological. What are you on about? You're on about like opening portals in the mind. You're talking about, not a kind of physical kind of portal or something. You're talking more of like a kind of metaphorical kind of portal, you're saying. So the thing is, it's like when people read the Bible, is it meant to be taken literally, or is it some allegory or some kind of metaphor or something? Yeah. It's like with the whole thing, because we're talking about like the whole Jesus resurrection story. Could that be that not an actual literal resurrection of somebody, like as in it could mean a shift in consciousness to a more enlightened state, going from like going from the dark to the light, and being kind of like going through a sort of rebirth process, and then coming enlightened after that. What did I do in my GCSEs? Why is that? I mean, I did like, what was it? French. I did, what else? Leisure and tourism and geography, I think, was the ones I took. Yeah, I'm a woman. I can identify. Why does it matter? What's it got to do with you? I'm probably just going to get rid of this person. Like, why do they, it's like they're trying to just get all nosy about, it's like they don't even know this person. It's like, why are they asking me about this shit? Just get the hell out of here, you know? Yeah. It's all three allegory, metaphor, and literal. Like the Son, Father, and Holy Spirit. It's a Holy Trinity triangle. It's all about interpretation. Oh, yeah. I suppose it's just, I just can't get down with the whole kind of thing of some magical thing that's sentient, that's everywhere, and it's at all times that created us all. Like, I don't really buy into that because I don't see any evidence of that. Well, I need evidence to me to actually like believe in things. I mean, I personally don't recommend any religion myself because I don't know. I just feel like a lot of it is just a control mechanism that they use to, I don't know, like the church used as a way to control people. But I don't believe in any religion. But like I said, I try to keep an open mind. But I don't know. We've been on this religion talk a lot lately. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, we just need to. I guess because I put it in my title. But I mean, I like to talk about certain things like that as like a more of a way to try and understand where people are coming from. What is it that makes you believe what you believe? Because a lot of people who believe in religion, they don't have any evidence. They just believe it, either because other people do or because they just want to believe in it because it gives them a comfort blanket or something like that. I own the Torah, many Bibles, many spiritual books, many magical systems, and don't follow any of them per se. Open-mindedness is key to understand. Yeah, because maybe you could take bits from all of them. You don't have to be dogmatic and just take it from one, you know? There might be bits of truth from all of it that you can piece together and yeah. Whereas if you know, kind of just that, you know, like one religion, and that could be a bit of a problem where you don't open your mind and accept other possibilities outside of that religion. So anyway, I mean, a higher being, not a being, but rather just maybe a universal just energy or something. But I don't really believe in the Abrahamic religions where they believe there's something coming to save us and all that kind of shit, and that something's going to either send us to heaven or hell and all that kind of shit. I don't buy into all that kind of crap. But, you know, if people want to believe that, again, you know, if it gives you a comfort blanket, then you can believe that, you know. If that helps you sleep at night, then okay. It's dropped off in views now. What's going on? It's gone a bit quiet. So anyway. Yeah, I don't know. What is going on here? Why is it gone slow now? Hang on a sec. There's a chat froze on me or something. What is going on here? Can anybody hear me? There's a chat froze on me or something. Yeah, I think it's just gone a bit slow, but anyway. That is what it is. Yeah. Hello, Captain Blackbird. A beer and fries. Okay. How you doing, Captain Blackbird? I hope you're well. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, you know, a question about like consciousness and like where does that come from? But I don't know. Like, I'm not somebody that believes 100% that nothing happens when we die. I think it's possible that something else happens, but it's just, you know what I mean? Still love non-alcoholic beer. You don't drink alcohol or something. I'm doing fine. Good lad. Cheers. That's good to hear. Yeah. Yeah, we all right, everybody? Hope everyone's well. Okay. I don't know. Oh, you don't drink? Yeah. I'm the same. I don't drink alcohol. Yeah. So is that out of a religious thing or just a personal choice, or what is your reason for doing that? So I just kind of, what do you WFH? What's WFH? I stopped drinking. It turns me in. Suing. Oh god. What do you mean? Well, I think that there's some bits of things in, like, say, like, because in a lot of religions they don't, think drinking alcohol is good. It's like they see like body as a temple, and so I can agree with bits and things like that where it's like, okay, they have a point there. Yeah, it's like you don't want to abuse your temple. You want to be clear-minded because anything that alters your mind, it's kind of dangerous and can be, yeah, make you more vulnerable. And yeah, while yeah, some people use it to kind of lower their inhibitions. But I would argue that if you need to be doing that to lower your inhibitions, then, if you need to be like, because you're not very confident or something, then maybe that's something you need to work on. A lot of people want to put band-aids on their problems. But then someone argued that, oh, well, if you was to use that to try and then pull some girl or something like that, for example, and then you just kind of, then you would have more confidence once you'd gotten them. But the problem is that it doesn't just apply to that. It's like it would, like, even for example, like for some people, like even going to a job interview, for example, might feel the need to have a drink or something, or something that would, instead of actually dealing with the issues, if you know what I'm saying. My body is a temple, my mind is a spirit, and my faith is an unquenchable thirst. Kind of disrespectful indeed, walking into a house of God worshipping under the influence of drugs, but still better than someone who doesn't find spiritual freedom, I guess. So what you're saying is that maybe you think that, well, you say still better than someone who doesn't find spirit. So what you're saying is then that maybe having the odd drink is okay, you're saying? And hello, Psych, how you doing? So you're saying God is real? Do you have any evidence for that, or you suck? Well, I suck? Why do I suck? Hello, Man Steel, how you doing? Why do I suck? Hello, Daniel Miller. Jesus gave out wine, didn't he? Are you on about, you turn water into wine, apparently, somehow? Oh, yeah, there's a joke, isn't there? What did the grape say when it was stepped on? Nothing, it just let out a little wine. I don't believe in religion, but there must be a creator. But again, like, it comes down to, like, who is this creator and why did they even create us? I don't know. I have all these thoughts about, like, what, because in the Bible it does seem kind of like narcissistic and something, and I don't know. Hi, Paul Slack, what's your opinion on the stream? Oh, no. Okay, here we go again with the shit posting and stuff. I wasn't on drugs, I have mental health problems. I don't drink, I'm physically unwell. Church didn't want me there. It's supposed to be an Anglican COE, not a Catholic church. I sense that they're all Cath. All right, really. God is Santa, a fear factor. Oh yeah, Santa. Well, I think God is Santa Claus. I think he's a great guy. There's no proof. Yeah. There's like, it's just, I've asked people why is it that they believe what they believe, and some people just say, well, because I have faith or something. It's like, well, yeah, but why do you believe it? What is your? But I mean, some people may have some, anecdotal evidence of like seeing something, but you could argue that they were either under the influence of something, or maybe they have mental issues in some way that cause them to hallucinate certain things potentially. So we can't always trust somebody's anecdotal evidence. You would think that if it was real, then wouldn't it be like ubiquitous that everyone would experience these godly things? But yet it seems to be that a lot of times it's the people who are a bit kind of, you know what I mean, that experience these sort of things, that they're hallucinating certain things, you know what I mean? Man Steel, how you doing? Yeah, personal experiences are meaningless. Yeah, yeah, because that's open to interpretation and shit, Like anecdotes are seen as like the weakest form of evidence, if they're even a form of evidence at all, because anecdotes are just subjective experiences. It needs to be an objective reality, like where it's like everybody experiences something that cannot be explained, and it's some kind of divine intervention or something where we can see it on. It's some way of something happening that would prove to everybody that God really exists, and that, I don't know. I would say, really. How would Google know God is real or not? Yeah. Let's have a look and say, what is the best argument for the existence of God? Let's see what it says on the. There isn't one universally accepted best argument for God's existence, but prominent ones include Thomas Aquinas' 5 ways. Unmoved mover first calls necessary being degrees of perfection. Theological argument for purpose. The ontological argument, God as the greatest conceivable being must exist, and Pascal's wager, a pragmatic choice to believe due to infinite potential rewards. Each argument approaches the question from different angles: metaphysics, logic, or utility. Hi, Pink Lemonade. Hi, Raven. How you doing? More, yeah. You're saying Hindu is more likely than Christianity. Hinduism has a lot more information and is much older. Yeah, isn't? Yeah. Hinduism is very old, isn't it? It's a very, yeah. Let's have a look. See how old is Hinduism. How old is Hinduism? Let's have a look. Over 4,000 years old, so it's like pretty much twice as old as when Jesus. Well, you could say, well, there's been like Moses and all these other people, but let's have a look at. Are you talking about the texts and stuff and whatever? You've been around a lot longer, or what do you mean? Maybe he's an individualist. That's why every of him different for everybody. I don't know. That's one explanation. But like, if I'm like crying out for some kind of, maybe I should experiment with something where I cry out for some kind of confirmation that God exists. Will he answer me? Also, Islam people are kind, and they have Quran. I mean, not everyone, just like Christianity. There are some that can get quite aggressive with their, pushing their religion and stuff. I'm about 6'4". Why, Mahmood? How you doing anyway, people? Hope everyone's well. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I mean, Man Steel says I have been on the Sunnet. What you saying? Hope you've all had a good day so far. Anyway, but I bet you hear Quran. What you mean? I mean, we'll see, won't we? But I doubt. I don't know. I doubt it. But yeah, we just got to keep an open mind though. Time we on. It's come 5 o'clock. Yeah. PLS, just once I want to talk about this. What are you saying? You want to be a Muslim? Okay. Do whatever you like to do, but I'm just like challenging people's beliefs and stuff on these things. Hello, Eberflieger. How you doing? From Sweden, where religion is almost gone. So you a religious person, like, or not? Like, I'm not a religious person, so this is not a religious echo chamber live stream. I'm here to challenge and kind of. Oh, you're not? Okay. So what's your thoughts on it then? Do you think that it's like, I mean, just feels like a lot of people have some like wishful thinking and stuff like that. Once you hear Quran, you feel something comfortable inside, I promise. Oh, really? What are your thoughts on like Islam extremism? Like, and yeah, they're not real, like, so you don't think they're like real Muslims or something? Or what would you say about that? It's a rugby echo chamber live stream. Oh, God. HS, I don't think it's helpful to suggest a God is responsible for anything that we don't yet understand. I think it's better to say, I don't know. Well, I suppose, yeah, it's kind of like try and keep an open mind, and there's no point in just assuming God unless, because it's like somebody, apparently they used to think that cancer was caused by like ghosts or something possessing your body or something crazy like that. I mean, you have to look into that to test if that's accurate, but nobody wants to be, oh yeah, okay, Marcel. I mean, some people want to be Muslim and that's up to them, but yeah. Some people want to be Christian, some people want to be Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, what is it, Shinto, whatever, it's like everybody's allowed to have their own, or, Judaism or whatever. Everyone's allowed to have their own religion, but it's like, why is it that there's so many of them? And if only one of them is true, then what makes you say that yours is the true one, Out of all the hundreds and hundreds of different religions, and you think that your one is the correct one, yet there's so many conflicts of different religions and stuff, conflicting ideologies. If you don't have religion, you have a lot to learn, my boy. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Scientologists. Oh, yeah, oh, God, that's like a cult. We've got to stop blaming God for our F-ups. People pretend Christians aren't the best, but they are, and the problem is not non-Christians not healing themselves of evil. Well, I find that Christians can also be quite, sort of hostile people and quite nasty at times. I'm not saying they all are, but I've seen a few of them where they just act like very unchristian-like. I mean, if they're going to call themselves Christians, they should be acting like them, They shouldn't be trying to be forceful and some of them even insult other people that don't agree with them. How is that being a Christian? How is that being loving and kind and respectful? The stuff that they're preaching people to be, but yet a lot of them not even acting the way that they're, you know what I mean? So how can they'd be took seriously then? You know what I mean? A pure person clearly don't, what he's saying, but I believe that in every religion there is some good people and bad people. Yeah, of course. You're always going to get some good, some bad. Because it's the only way that works if you follow. I mean, what's the only way? I mean, what's the only way? I'm going to sec. I mean, I don't know. Only true. You're saying that Christianity is only true religion, but then there's people who say that that Islam is the only true religion because it's not been doctored. So it's like there's been that say because the Bible's been doctored so many times, so the Christianity that we have now is not even would have even been the real Christianity because it's been that rewritten that many times. Things have been mistranslated and all sorts of shit. On a serious note, will Europe survive the demographic decline? Look at South Korea. They are desperate. Yeah, I've heard about South Korea struggling with that. Not many people having children. Let's have a look at, what is it? South Korea birth rate. Let's have a look. It's saying here, right? Total fertility rate, 0.7, 0.8. Let's say per woman. So they're saying 0.75 children per woman. I mean, that would cause a massive decline if very rapidly, wouldn't it? Because they say you need over 2 children to replace a generation. Wow. So how are they going to survive then if it continues like this? Before long, they could end up with half their population. Once the old people start dying off, then who's going to replace them, So what the hell? Let's have a look for the UK. UK birth rate per woman. So it says here 1.44, saying that well below the 2.1 needed for population replacement. So yeah, but then you could say because we're bringing in more people from other countries, that keeps it kind of even or something. I don't know. Is that why we're not seeing a population collapse in this country? Is that why they're bringing more people in? I don't know. It's like, because imagine if we didn't have any more people coming in, the population of this country would probably be already collapsing. If they're only having 1.44 children per woman or per household or whatever. I mean, yeah, because but it was actually 1.56 back in 2022 and then 1.44 in 2023. So it's going down, down, down. What are you saying about great replacement? Religion is a way to be able to have something to live for, but also for wanting control over the people. But that can be, yeah, where it can be corrupted, where the whole hierarchical thing of it, where it's like for example, you've got like corrupt people at the top of these organizations, like the Pope, for example, and there can be these higher echelons in there. You could think to yourself, why do they, need all this shit that it's like, like these big like organizations that organize religion and Big Tyrone, how's it going? Hope you're well today. Hello, Pegazurio, welcome back. So, what's this? Birth, school, work, death. Yeah, that's what people just kind of accept as life, a lot of them, Hello, Arthur, how you doing? Mr. Lunity, how's it going? Hope you're well. Hello, Buckshot Ogie. Hello, Arthur, how's it going? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out. Hello, Corlia Cullitz. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing? So we're talking about all sorts of different things, politics, we talk religion, we talk philosophies. We talk about a lot of the taboo stuff that a lot of people are afraid to talk about, because a lot of people are afraid of, of conflicts and stuff. But sometimes we have to kind of just, talk about certain things, How we're supposed to grow and evolve if we're not willing to talk about these certain issues. How we're supposed to get an understanding of people if we're not willing to listen and to each other's perspectives, Anyway, thank you for the 22 likes, everybody. I just find it all a bit crazy how that, have you heard of Spinoza's God? He was a great philosopher. No, I haven't. What's Spinoza's God? All right, you have to, tell me more about that. But let's have a look at Spinoza's God or something. Spinoza's God. Let's have a look. So it says Spinoza's God is the single infinite substance underlying all reality, often summarized as Deus, Sive, nature, God or nature, meaning God is the cosmos, not a separate creator. This concept, known as pantheism, posits God as the necessary caused essence of everything that exists, encompassing all attributes, with individual things being modifications, modes of this divine substance, leading to a infinite universe of deterministic order rather than a personal deity with intentions. That sounds more like when we're talking about the impersonal God. That makes more sense to me than a God of the Bible, really. Yeah, it's a bit hard to understand, but because is it like an impersonal God or something? So it says one substance, only one substance, God, and everything else, people, objects, exist within it as modes or affections. So, but doesn't it say it's an infinite substance or something? I don't know, like saying self-caused God is the only being who but then I don't know. It talks about determinism, so there's no free will then in that case, is there? So I was questioning the whole thing on free will. What about Antarctica? What about it? Yeah, what about Antarctica? Yeah. Oh, the ice wall. Oh, really? You believe in flat Earth, do you? Yeah, I don't believe in that stuff. Antarctica is a continent, so it's not a. It's our way out. I mean, I don't believe in that. I mean, I've looked into that stuff a while ago, and I got kind of caught up in it, but then you come to scratch your head and be like, like this doesn't make any sense. Okay, minute. It doesn't make any sense. There's a lot that doesn't make any sense on the flat Earth. Like, there's just so much. Like, why does the moon appear to be upside down in Australia? That is consistent with being on a globe Earth. I mean, I'm saying I mean I don't know if the moon landing is real. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that we can see around us there's ways of testing the Earth. I have flat Earth friends all around the globe. Are you trying to like, be ironic here or something? And okay. Your name should be Jamie. Why is that? Why? Hello, Amy Lou. Good to see you again. Oh yeah, what are you making? Anything nice? Hope you're having something nice. And yeah, thank you for the 22 likes. Can you hit that like button? If anybody's new here, make sure you subscribe. Probably gonna go to the gym later, so yeah. But I like to just kind of like, pick people's brains and kind of try to, see where people are coming from with how they think, really. What's going to happen to Greenland? I don't know, really. Roast chicken, champ. Are you in champ and veggies? Okay, nice. Hello, Nightshade. What's that? Calate. What's that? What do you mean? So yeah, they're saying because everything is God and God acts by necessity, all events in the universe unfold in a fixed, determined way, like geometric truth. It's like this thing of like, what's it called? Sacred geometry. Like we see things like the Fibonacci sequence a lot in nature. So some people might say that that's proof that God exists, but to me, it's like a proof of like, that there's, you could say that maybe there is some order in the universe in that sense of like, of things just, kind of having certain laws that, govern the universe, like geometry and stuff like that, sacred geometry. And we see these kind of spiraling patterns. It's like, they were saying the same thing with like these, if you've ever seen these basalt columns with these hexagonal structures, like there's a certain kind of like sacred geometry, you could say. It's kind of these patterns that you see a lot in nature. And it's quite fascinating when you look into nature and how, kind of, like the details of it and stuff. So I in mind, how you doing? I think simulation makes the most sense. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that kind of theory a lot, and yeah, possible. I can think it's possible, but yeah. Hi, Ellie May Els, how you doing? Hope you're well. If anyone's new here, make sure you subscribe. That would be really appreciated. So yeah, the thing is, none of us will know until we pass, I guess. Do you support Trump? I don't support Trump, no. I don't support any of these politicians, to be honest. What have you learned from streaming on YT? I mean, I guess, like, I think it's, in general, streaming, I realize there's a lot of, like, kind of, people who just are not happy with their lives, and instead of them trying to better themselves, they want to put others down. And that's sad, really, but I guess it's just, you have to learn to have a bit of, like, kind of patience, I guess, but it can be difficult sometimes. And yeah, my name's Jamie. Yeah. Anyway, if we can create GTA, why couldn't an advanced AI create a simulation? Well, that's it. It's like with the whole thing with dreams. It's like when we're dreaming, how do we know that's how do we know that's not real? Because and how do we know that? Then it's like, well, how do we know this is real? Because when we're dreaming, it feels real, right? We have no way of knowing that that's not real. So who's to say that this is real then in that case? How do you know they're unhappy with their lives? Have they told you that? I mean, I would just assume that a lot of them aren't, but I think you're just here to kind of probably to antagonize and just so yeah. I can't be asked with people like this, you know. It's just like, probably somebody else that's not very happy with their lives, I bet. Because why do they, if they're that bored and miserable and whatever, some of them are also quite, you know, maybe some of them are also insecure and try to pick on people's vulnerabilities and stuff like that. Instead of them minding their own business and just, usually people that are happy do not do that, you know? I am British, yeah. Usually when people are happy, they have no need to attack other people who are, you know, just trying to do something for themselves. So I've been out busking and stuff, and some of the stuff, you know, it doesn't happen all the time, fortunately, but sometimes you get some real nasty people, you know, who will just come out with some nasty things. And it's like you have to have a thick skin, you know. You have to have a real thick skin for that. But what it can teach you to have more of a thick skin, I guess, when you're dealing with all these comments and stuff, because at the end of the day, they're looking for a reaction, a lot of them. I mean, anyone that's looking for a reaction on a live chat, I don't think is deep down very happy. Why would someone who's happy want to do that, you know? You have to be somewhat kind of mentally unwell, I believe, to feel the need to do that. Yeah. If this is GTA, I need a money drop glitch. Oh yeah, infinite wealth glitch or something, eh? It's like you get these people going on about some fucking, you know, saying something about SMMA or some bullshit fucking, you know, like trend, calling it an infinite wealth glitch. I mean, I don't know. Some people just get lucky with certain things, right? Depending on your, you know, certain factors. But the thing is, not everybody that tries to make it with things ends up doing well, like these sort of businesses. Like same with drop shipping. It's like all these different schemes and stuff. And someone be, oh, I found this infinite wealth glitch. Really? I mean, come on. What's the problem, Jake French? Yeah, yeah. They told you since they got. What do you mean about jabbed? Or what you mean changed since it got jabbed? Are you on about with the injection? You're saying that people have gone kind of weird since then. Are you saying, or what do you mean? He'll alter. What's that? I made money, homie, but not in good ways. Well, you shouldn't be doing that. Okay. All right. So is everybody okay then? Hope all is well, people. Some people think they are rich, but all they have is money. Yeah, that's the thing, is that I would say that the person with less money but happy is richer. There's someone was saying about this, right? That the person with £100 who wants nothing versus the person who has £100,000 but wants more, but wants £200,000, let's say, who's richer? I would say the first one, because it all comes down to your mindset on it, really, isn't it? I would say your mindset is what makes you rich or poor. Hello, Manny. I'm rich with human dignity. You could be rich in talent or skill, or rich in, it could be, I think ultimately it's down to your mental health is what makes you rich. Hello, Porter. What are you saying? Yeah, double slit experiment I've heard about. Hello, Lungi Legend. Every day. In fact, multiple times a day lately. Yeah, if anyone's new here, please subscribe to the channel. People are nuts since 2020. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like with the lockdowns and stuff like that, that it's caused something. It seems like it's caused some kind of psychosis in people. I don't know. People have just gone weird and crazy and whatever. People just don't seem to be the same anymore. I don't know. Like, people just seem to have become quite, just, they've lost a lot of their ethics and morals and all that. It's just sad. But it is what it is, What's my age? I'm 30 years old. How old are you? Yeah, I'm 30. Oh, you're 19. Oh, yeah. What's everybody been up to today, then? Yeah, if anyone's new here, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Okay. Liberal, single, blue women. Oh, yeah. I mean, why is it that a lot of them dye their hair blue? They're supposed to be about individual expression, but yet they're all kind of just, a lot of them are just going along with what other liberals are doing. You know what I mean? Hello, Dia. How you doing? I don't know. Bugatti! Do you have families? Do I have a family? Yeah, I had my dad round here earlier. Yeah. Yeah, my dad was here. Bro Pez, hello. What about Dora the Explorer? Can you switch? Oh, good. Okay. Hello, Bond. James Bond. Oh, thank you. Hello, Sean Connery. James Bond. Is it Bond? James Bond. Yeah. Reminds me of when, like Mr. Bean, when he introduces himself, he's like, Bean, Mr. Bean. Yeah. Oh, Chaggy. He has a monkey and a nap, and that's pretty. And a map. Oh, yeah. Alright, Kaimo. If there's one person, dead or alive, who could you meet? Who would it be? I don't know. Good question. Hello, Jogo. I think I would like to see my grandmother again. Britain's Got Talent, here we come. Oh, yeah. Hi, Classic Doom Guy. Yeah, I do workouts and stuff. I do lots of workouts. I'm very very muscular guy. Yeah. Let's bring out the political views now. Okay. Hello, Salford Smith. All right. Show me Jacob Bryan from Manchester. You know, Salford Smith. How's it going, kid? Not by the Trump voice. Greenland will be mine. It will be mine in a very short period of time. Yeah. Beans on toast. I don't eat beans on toast. I eat McDonald's. I love the cheeseburgers and fries. Okay, Joe Gore, fair enough. We do talk about politics sometimes, though, but another Doom guy. Hello there, is it two Doom guys? What is going on here? What the hell is You're fake news. Doom guy. Hey, burpees and chill. Oh, thank you. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah. I noticed you've been taking some of the moderators away or something. Anyway, favorite food. I like Indian food, actually. Keir Starmer versus Putin in a boxing match. I mean, Putin's older, I guess. So I don't know, but I don't know. I would probably say Keir Starmer would probably win, I guess. Where are you from? I'm from the UK, and I live in York now, but I'm originally from Blackburn. But yeah, how are we doing, everybody? Hope you're all well. Yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for stopping by, and hello, Kaylin. Thank you. No chance. What? Sorry. You don't think that Keir Starmer would win? I don't know. I don't know, really. Maybe you would be surprised. I don't know. Oh yeah, chicken tikka masala. I mean more like things like dal and yeah, stuff like that. Well, there's a video of Keir boxing. Isn't that some AI slop video or something? I was seeing all these AI videos where like Keir Starmer's getting like pushed into a river or something like that, or a pond, or having like pie in his face or something like that. Like people would just put these commands in it. Well, someone was saying this the other day that basically people have become like young people. They've become programmers basically. If you using this AI stuff, you are a programmer now. You know what I mean? Hello, Zachary. I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing? Why do I look tired? I don't know. I'm not tired though. I'm planning to do a workout later, so I can't be tired for that, I'm not a doctor. I'm just I just like to talk about health, fitness, that kind of stuff. Hello, Oinadon. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Oh yeah, mouth harp scientist. Oh really? Are you from India, Oinadon? Oh cool. Welcome in. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Let's get to 30 likes real quick. Big Tyrone D says, could a AI create an AI channel of AI videos which would be viewed by AI bots? Oh yeah, oh goodness, probably. Someone's saying that AI cannot come up with its own original thoughts though, yet. I don't know. What do you think that it'll soon be able to do that? What do you think? Hello, puppy cat. Too many femboys these days. We want a man's man. Oh yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of that out there. Like, you could say the same thing with women, where a lot of women have become kind of more masculine, and a lot of men want a more feminine woman. But anyway, I digress. How do you know that I'm not AI? Well, we don't know, do we? Hello, White Star Official. How you doing? Hope you're well. Frog, how you doing? What do you think Sabrina Carpenter's influence is over AI? I don't know. Probably some, I guess. Bit of a random question. Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah. Yes, Sabrina Carpenter's a she, so you're taking the piss or something. what is a woman? I was actually talking about this earlier. Depends on who you ask, but like, because it's like they've now changed the definition of like, yeah, they'll say it's a biological woman, like with say, X chromosomes and whatever, and has certain attributes. But then on the another definition is that it's a social construct that if they feel like a woman, then they're a woman or something. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. Hello, Mikey. How you doing? Favorite singer? I don't know. Probably Mike Patton. I like his kind of weird kind of styles and stuff. Yeah. Handler says, just passing through Lord, don't let the madness of the world eat you. Hope you well. Thank you. You too. Classic Doom Guy says, oh, okay. Oh, God. Hello, NK Sparks. No, I'm not married. But I will be getting married to your mama soon, though. But anyway. Sounds legit, right? It's just, I don't know, the whole thing of trans going into like bathroom, like a trans woman in a women's bathroom. Someone was saying last night that it might be okay if say they've already had the operation. It's just that like, I don't know. Well, I think that we're talking about in changing rooms or something, but I don't know what you guys think. Frog says, do you listen? No, what stateside? Hello, Shivaj Singh. When will we take over Greenland? Well, it will be as soon as possible. We're just working on the logistics of it, and we will be implementing it as soon as we can. That's not fake news. Hello, Nayan. How you doing? I don't know. Just try and not like get stressed out over it. Going with a positive mindset, and just make sure you've revised, make sure you prepared, and just go in with a positive attitude, and hopefully you'll succeed with that. How was your college life like? Not really great, to be honest, for the most part. Yeah. Will you fight for United Kingdom? Nah. I don't think there's anything to fight for, to be honest. Like, what are you actually fighting for? You're fighting for the government or something, basically. Tell me more, please. Hello, Manish. I mean, if there was a country I could just move to, then like, oh, hello, mum, how you doing? Yeah. Oh, you've got a membership thing there. Yeah. Lucky man, Lucky Chan says, what were your friends like? I didn't really have a lot of friends in college, to be honest. Yeah. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you doing? No politics, please. Well, we talk about that sometimes, but that's just what we do. We talk about all kinds of stuff on here. Ain't no patriot fight for this current system. We should fight against it. Well, yeah, exactly. It's a lot of bullshit, but it's just I don't really agree with like people going out to, they're going out and fighting these wars for a system that's fucked. No, I'm what is it? Gender non-conforming or something. Please, I just want to know what your world was when you were younger. What do you mean? What do you mean? What my world was when I was younger? The French president was wearing very nice glasses today. You should wear them too, Mr. President. You are even more handsome than him. Oh, thank you. I'm a very handsome man. Anyway, you're right, everybody. The French president has a husband. Oh, does he? What were the people around you like? I don't know. There were some dickheads, to be honest. Because I was different, and like a lot of times they were a bit of a dick, but it is what it is. Hi, David. How would you start a revolution? I don't know, really. You'd have to get enough people on board first, wouldn't you? That's the first step, isn't it? Hello, just accent. Why is someone else saying I look tired? I don't think I look tired, do I? What did they think about you? I don't know. They probably just thought I was, I don't know. You look depressed. I just don't really smile all that much. I don't really, I don't know. That's just how I am. Did you know which country has the federal government system? America, right? Federal government! Yeah. There you go. There's your smile. You look like you grew up in a well. Whatever. Oh well. Oh well. Oh god. Anyway. What's the life about? Whatever I want it to be about. You can be a voice artist. Have you tried? No, I've not tried. So yeah, we talk about all sorts of stuff on here, just acting. We were earlier talking about religion and stuff, but I mean, did you need to really kind of like if you disagree with something, isn't it better to just kind of explain where I'm wrong instead of trying to throw insults and just kind of do Indian accent? No, not right now. Would the US be best off with parliamentary democracy? I mean, what do you mean about parliamentary? So it means in like, what do they have now then? I don't know what they supposedly have right now. I mean, isn't it some kind of supposedly some form of democracy or something? I don't know. Well, they've got the whole Congress and all that, haven't they, and all that shit. Have you seen the 23-year-old Athika Ahmed, a health ambassador in Wales, UK? I haven't, no. Why? What's wrong with that then? You're saying UK is cooked right now. I mean, some of these like Asian, like kind of healthcare people can be better, I think. Like better at their jobs. I was talking about this the other day about like migrant healthcare people, you know? Currently, the US has presidential system, which means there is a strong separation of powers between the branches, right? So what you're saying is that it should be a more kind of united kind of thing, as opposed to a separate. What does everyone care about US politics anyway? I don't know. Some might say that what happens in the US might have some effect on the UK. I mean, or does it affect the world? Let's see what it says about saying, yes, American politics profoundly affects the world through its massive military, economic power, and cultural influence, shaping global trade, security alliances like NATO, international institutions, e.g., UN Security Council, financial systems, and even democratic norms, with policy shifts causing significant global uncertainty and realignment. So that's the thing, is that maybe some people like to pay attention because they feel like it might have some effect on other countries' politics as well. What do you want to know about me then? Hello, Luz Swasson, how you doing? Hope you're well. In a parliamentary system, the parliament, that's the legislature, Congress is supreme, and the executive is basically in fusion with the legislature, and the executive has less say, right? I mean, to be honest, I think that it should be the public that has the say, but I think that you could say is like an ideal scenario, but I think the problem is that we need to get people to be more responsible. Maybe it's just that because we've been in this kind of like nanny state for so long that people are just so used to having their big daddy government just kind of, so some might say that we'd need some transitional period where the government has less power, eventually leading to a voluntary system where it's the people that have the say and not some kind of authority above that. That, if I remember, basically, someone was saying how the government should have no authority over the people. The people should be the ones actually with the authority over the government. That they should be the ones that. This is in I think some of the Mark Passio talks about, and his version of like an anarchist sort of system. Hello, life. Okay, here we go. So it does actually matter what happens in the US. Well, according to that, Barry. Oh, here we go. But no, I don't believe in Valhalla. Do you think that a stronger judicial branch compared to the legislature and the executives would be better? Not sure. Never really thought about. I mean, like I said, I personally feel like things should be more decentralized, like I said, and give more power to the people. And maybe it should be more like things like local councils and let people kind of attend meetings, let them have their say, let people just from the general public have more of a say in what goes. Peter Morales, how's it going, man? Why is everyone talking about politics nowadays, man? Why do y'all even give a shit? Well, you could argue that if we don't give a shit, then it's like things would just end up getting worse, wouldn't they? If everyone gave a shit, we could make a change happen, couldn't we? So this is why people care about politics, because it shapes your future. So yeah, dedicated angler, how's it going? And yeah, you could say, well, but by one person not giving a fuck, by one person giving a damn about it, not going to change anything. So you could say that, but then if everyone thought that, then nothing would change, you know? So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know, Barry. Probably Mike Tyson, I guess. What is your views on religion? I was just talking about that earlier. I think a lot of it's just kind of, I don't agree with a lot of it. Hello, slow boy, fuel pump. Hey man, I love your videos. You're okay. King God, hello, how you doing? Thank you. What you saying? You look happy and you look healthy and happy today. What happened? What you mean? What happened? Nothing happened. Same shit. Would more power to the states will give citizens more power? I don't know. Anyway, hello Nayan. What do you mean by the term jobber? Like a jobby. That's what apparently the Scottish people call a shit. A jobby. What's a jobber? I don't know. I don't know what that is. But I look tired. Someone said that earlier, saying that I look tired. I don't look tired, do I? The fuck? Are these people just trying to like wind me up or something? Probably. What do you mean by this? Oh yeah, I've just read that. Oh god. What is going on here? Here we go again. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, probably won't be on much longer. I've only got like 5% battery left, so I might be back on late tonight at some point. Like I said, I'm going out to the gym in a bit, so yeah. Hopefully the UK can return to its former state. Like what? I don't think it's ever going to go back to the way it used to be, though. There's certain things that are just never going to return, I believe. Like, I would just say I'm for decentralization and more for like voluntarism and more that doesn't mean I'm a communist or anything like that, but I'm just saying that like the government has way too much power and it's Yeah, it seems to be too far gone with a lot of bullshit, but I don't know. But I'm hopeful that maybe some positive changes can happen, but it's just, the system is just so corrupt and just so much greed in this world. Did you guys know I was born in the stabilizing society? I've never, what's that, ever experienced the free life like you as a neat aspirant in India. What do you mean? I don't know what you're on about. I mean, like, what you're saying, you have less freedom over there. But they are trying to take rights away from people here, like with, you know, this whole kind of hate speech bill, whatever bullshit. It's like things are just getting out of hand. People getting jailed for that, and it's like they're trying to use people as an example, scaring people into like into just self-censoring. It's like an Orwellian dystopia. Hello, Reynald D'Souza. No, I live in York. I'm originally from Blackburn. Yeah. So where are you from? If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. That would be really appreciated. Quasi-federalist country. Okay, what do you mean? Making food with your feet can't get anyone. What the hell? Making food with your feet? Why the fuck? I'm from India. I don't even think about the government. All right, okay. So you don't really care about politics? Is that what you're saying? Hi Nimra, I'm from the UK. Where are you from? You don't have the usual Croft Blackburn accent. Oh yeah, that's a bit of a chavvy one, isn't it? I'm from Croft, mate. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? Yeah. What happened to that? Did you see that moment? It was like when there was somebody in a few days ago that came a few times who said they were from Blackburn. What was she called? Yeah, I can't remember the name, but they said that they lived near Rovers. Yeah, which is, I wonder if they'd have that accent, but yeah. What's my channel about? We talk about all sorts of stuff, Nimrod. To talk about, health, well-being, but we also talk about more kind of, sometimes even like esoteric type of things, sometimes, and more spiritual stuff, religious stuff, history, etc. I see so many young kids doing hardcore pot work though, like strikes and stuff. Party people are crazy. Oh, really? Hello, DFPV. Yeah, what's going on with Iran then? Can you tell us what's happening over there? Because apparently there's some chaos going on over in Iran right now. But yeah. Anyway, is everybody all right then? Hope all is well, people. Basically, it's talking about everything. Yeah, pretty much. No Garner gaming, yeah. The meaning of life. What does it mean to be alive? All that kind of stuff. Okay. I'm all right, thank you. How are you doing? Maybe that's why they always try to comment on my nose, because they're jealous because they don't have a masculine nose like me. I don't know. Maybe that's why they do that, eh? Have you done a fast? Yeah, I have, but it's like the problem with fasting for me is because, especially tall people, is like, yeah, I tend to end up losing a lot of body weight doing that stuff. So I don't really. If you already have like a lot of body fat, then I think fasting for some people can be good. But then again, it depends how long you do it for. I wouldn't recommend going too long with it because it can end up causing you to rebound and start eating all the calories back, and there's no point then, is there? Yeah. Well, there's that whole thing of like Ramadan and stuff, and I think maybe there's something good to it, but it's like, I don't know. You've got to like kind of do things the right way, and yeah. You don't want to make sure you're not starving yourself and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm British. Yeah, yeah. Talk about the cosmos. Talk about pretty much anything. So yeah, pretty much anything goes here. You know, pretty much a free for all. Yeah. Um. Yeah, we all right, people. Hope everyone's well. I fasted for 100 hours. God, I felt like shit. Yeah, well, you don't want to be doing shit if you feel like shit, really, do you? How did you feel afterwards, though? Like, I don't know. I'm 30 years old. Um, I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on India. Why do people keep asking these, like, bot questions and stuff? It's like they're all just a bunch of bots or something. I don't know. Thank you for the likes, everybody. What do you think about Trump and Greenland? I just think it's crazy, really. It's like, what is going on? Is it because it's his second term and you just think, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to, like, do whatever the fuck I want and I'm just going to go mad? I don't know what's going on. Well, I read that as farted for 100 hours. How would that even work? Hello, Ash. Autobots. Or something. What you were saying? Hi, Deepak. How you doing? I don't know. Red. Why? Just don't want to ask anything political. Okay, fair enough. Liam, how's it going? I don't know. Okay. I just never added any electrolytes to my water or salt. Till next time I will, but giving the dog his tin food, it smells so good. Oh, God. Yeah, that's the thing, is that maybe you're going a bit too far if, like, if dog's food starts to smell good. God. That's what they say. Even maybe like a bit of lettuce would taste good, right? When you've been fasting for so long, any food will taste good. That's, I guess, one of the good things about it. Once you, like, come back to eating again, it's like the best meal you've ever had. Man, you look interesting. What do you do? I do your mama. Just kidding. I just kind of come on live and just chat about a whole bunch of different things. Thank you for the 35 likes, everybody. You have a deep voice. You could be a great narrator. Wow. Oh, thank you. Yeah, someone said that before. Yeah. I meant offline. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. Not a whole lot at the moment. I do a lot of workouts and stuff. Hello, Kenzie. How you doing? I hope you're well. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Hello, Kaligo Senpai. Oh, here we go. With all the nonsense now. I'll have a drink. Sometimes I forget to have a drink. So, Zane, I'm 30 years old. How old are you? Hope you're having a great day. 37 likes now. Thank you very much. Can we get to 40 likes before I finish? Hello, Hog Cycle Gamer. No, I used to. Maybe I should get back into it someday. But I was actually talking earlier about because someone was saying that doing things like nerdy stuff is beta, and alphas is the alphas don't tend to do that kind of stuff. So because someone was saying that Elon Musk is a beta. Like, so, but then it's like how you've got like Mark Zuckerberg trying to like cosplay as some kind of alpha, kind of like cool guy now or something. Like, it just seems so fake, doesn't he? He's like pretending to be like, I don't know. Have you seen that? I mean, I just work out and stuff. I like to work out my body and try and, yeah, that's what I've been doing. What about you? What are you into? Hey, Jamie, I was there yesterday too. Yeah, welcome back. PKR Live. Hello, Gordon Cooks. I'm fucking Gordon. I fucking cook. And you better cook good, because I'm a Michelin star fucking chef. And I want you to make me some roast fucking potatoes. They better be fucking good. It is. Just keep going. Oh, that's that. Yeah, welcome in everybody. Hi, Rajinder. How you doing? I was doing Gordon fucking Ramsay. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've heard that a lot of that stuff was a bit fake or something. The whole kind of, I don't know. I mean, there's worse people out there, I suppose. But yeah, I love Gordon Ramsay. He's like me, like he says it as it is. You know, it doesn't sugarcoat. I don't like to sugarcoat, and because it's fake news, it's like sugarcoating is like the epitome of fake news. All right. Any more questions? He's a sellout. What do you mean? How is he a sellout? What are you saying? I mean, a lot of them are sellouts, to be honest. A lot of them are just kind of, yeah. Isn't Tate a bit of a sellout as well? Wasn't Tate saying that he was against gambling, but yet he didn't he get some deal? It's like he's supposed to be a Muslim, right? Muslims are meant to be against gambling, right? So why is he taking some deal that's like contradicts all that stuff? I mean, it's like the guy is a walking contradiction, and he got completely exposed with that fight that he had as well, because it was meant to look like absolutely an embarrassment, basically. Like the guy that he was fighting wasn't even a very good fighter, and you'd be like, well, I don't know why I lost that fight. I mean, maybe it's like the universe's way of. What do you mean the universe's way? Why didn't they say God's? He said the universe's way. So does he not? I don't know. It's just all contradicting to me. But Salt Bay is more famous. What's Salt Bay? In Scottish, but he's a tool. Oh yeah, yeah. But he doesn't sound Scottish, does he? Really? Right. I need to get going, guys. My battery's gonna die. I'll just plug in a second and. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go soon, guys, and I will be going to the gym in a bit. But yeah, I'm getting some food and stuff. Really. Yeah. Any more questions, people? Anything else you want to say? So yeah, hi Blake. How you doing? I can stay on another minute if you want. Okay, if I want to get a shave, then I'll get a shave. Just. I'm all right, thank you, Blake. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, everybody. Right. Okay, people. I've never visited Bali. I've only ever been to France and Spain. Yeah. So yeah, that might sound a bit kind of boring or whatever, but yeah, it was good. I actually was in France twice, and I've been in Spain twice as well. I was actually first time I went to Spain was a place called Bilbao, which is like top of Spain, and I've been to Barcelona as well. Well, Bilbao was just like a cruise thing that I was on. We only stayed there for like 2 hours, and then we came back. So we cruised all the way there, just stayed for like 2 hours. It seemed a bit of like, I don't know. Yeah, enjoy evening. Okay, thank you. I might be back on later, guys. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. So we'll be getting off in a sec. But any more questions? Anything else before I go? I'll have to get some food shortly, I think. Yeah. Can you tell me what's the time in the country? It's 11:32. It's 18:03, so 6:03 p.m. right now in the UK. So yeah. All right, everybody. So yeah, I will see you all later. Bye for now.